Hi, Obina John from TechnoSub, helping you work smarter and not harder with Excel and SPSS. So today we'll be talking about data entry in Excel, alright? So you want to make sure that your data entry is clean and efficient. And again, data analysis won't be possible without data entry. So that's the reason for this video today. Alright, so I'm going to walk you through the steps of ensuring you have a clean and efficient data entry to ensure accurate data analysis. Without a clean and efficient data entry, there is no accurate data analysis. So let's go straight to work. Now we have Excel opened. So what are the best practices for creating a clean spreadsheet? Now we want to make sure that we use clear column header. What I mean by, okay, so let's say here we have age, all right? So we don't want to say because it is age, we are going to use A for age. No, we don't want to do that. We're just going to use age, all right? So that is fine. It's clear enough, all right? So we want to make sure that one variable per column, you get? So one variable in one column, another variable in another column, another in one column, right? So you don't want to do things like age and gender in one column. No, it's very, very wrong. So you make sure that your age in any variable should be belong to just one column, right? Then you want to also make sure that one record per row, all right? So in a row we have, okay, let's say for instance here in age we have 73 here, all right? So we can't put 73 and put the next age 68. It's wrong. Actually, we don't want to do this. So 73, yes, one record per row. All right, next is consistent data format. So on this part here, I want to talk about how this variable was formatted. PEF-OER, yeah, according to what we have here. So the PEF is an abbreviation of this prescription error assessment form. Then this OE is an abbreviation of omission error. The one means what we have here, missing patient information, e.g. name, age, gender. So this is 1, this is 2, like that. So here we have zeros and 1 here. So for this place where we have yes, the researcher used used 1 to represent yes, then no was 0. So everywhere we have 1, it's yes. Everywhere we have 1, it's yes. Where we have 0 is no. That is how we go about consistent data format. We just want to make sure that there's nothing excessive, right? We are not putting any other thing attached to the numbers, right? So just zeros and 1, all right? So no symbols. So there's something we call data validation. It makes our work very, very easy. So in this window by my left hand side, let's say for this A73 I impute male. Maybe it was male based on the questionnaire or based on the data we got, it was male here, then female here. So the way it is now, I'm entering this data one by one cell per, yeah, so one cell at a time, yeah. So now look at this. Now in this data by my right hand side, this window by my right hand side, I already have gender too, the same gender, but here I apply something called data validation. Yeah, so I did something called data validation. So I'm not going to be talking on how to make data validation or how to format it and all here in this video, right? So I just want to tell you how we can make our work very fast. All right, so but if you want me to talk about data validation, you can also put it in the comment section. We'll work on that. All right, so let's say the same data we have at the left hand side, male, female, male. All right, so let's say the same thing here, male. So before I even type the word finish, it shows me male because I applied the data validation. All I just need to do is click enter. In the next one, female. So before typing all, shows me So that's what I can do to make my work very easy. I don't need to type the whole thing. Right, so that's what data validation makes. It makes our work quite easy. Now there's another thing again. Let's assume the rest of these people, okay, the rest of this data, for instance, is showing female. Let's say the rest or the next 4 showing female. We can also use what we call autofill. Right, so we click at the bottom right of, yeah, okay, at the bottom right of our data. All right, at the bottom right, yeah, so we click close to it, we have this plus sign. All right, so when we get this plus sign, we just click and drag to the next 4. All right, so long we have female, we are sure that female is the next data, or the next data that should be here. Yeah, this is another way of working faster. All right, you can just use the autofill to just fill it. That's another thing we could do here for data validation. So data validation does a lot of things. It prevents typo. All right, so there's nothing, you can't type hermaphrodite, for instance, hermaphrodite, and click enter. It's not going to work. Say the value doesn't match the data validation restriction denied for this cell. All right, so data validation, one of the things it does is that it prevents typo and inconsistent values. So you might want to work with data validation. It's a good feature in Excel. All right, so now the next thing again for best practices, no totals, no subtotals. So what you see here, I imputed my data validation. So I can also do a plus sign here, and I can call it total for, maybe I was doing my questionnaire. Maybe for instance, my questionnaire might have a part that is for knowledge, right? So I want to do a total of knowledge scores. So I can come here and just type knowledge scores, right? You don't want to leave space while working in SPSS. It's not going to work. All right, so we can put an hyphen. All right, we can put an hyphen there, or we can put an underscore, then put scores. Yeah, all right, scores, then enter. Now one thing you will notice is this: all this particular variable was entered in one column, right? I did not extend, or I did not merge 2 columns, so 3 rows together. All right, I make sure that everything was imputed in one cell. Yeah, so make sure that every variable you have is imputed in one cell. All right, you don't want to merge cells together. It's not going to work when you import your data to SPSS. All right, so you can do as many as you want. So that's how it works in Excel. All right, so that's that. And again, so you want to make sure that you are saving the right format. So save as. So when you go to SPSS just work with certain file formats. All right, so it works with Excel workbook, which is also saved as .xlsx, or it also works in CSV, this command delimited. It works with this, and it works saving it at the Excel workbook, which is going to save your file as XLSX. All right, so that's how you want to save your data. Always ensure that you save everything you do. All right, as you work, you save. You work, you save, so you don't lose your data. All right, so I've included a link in this video that talks about importing data from Excel to SPSS. All right, so you can click the link to actually know how to import your data from Excel to SPSS. All right, so data entry in SPSS is similar to data entry in Excel. So similar thing we want to do if you are doing the data entry in Excel, but you just want to check for common issues. When you import your data to SPSS from Excel, you are going to come across certain issues, some common issues, like you might have your missing values, right? You can have some missing values. So you can see that your variable is missing, some variables are missing in terms of the types, the values, and some other things, all right, when you click the variable view. All right, so you want to correct that when you import your data from Excel to SPSS. So I've also included a link that talks about recoding and transforming variables in SPSS. So do well to watch that video too. And again, I've added in the description below a PDF file that is downloadable that will help you learn the shortcuts in SPSS. If this video was helpful, do not forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also turn on the notification button so you can get notification about videos similar to this. All right, thank you.